Hi there, my name is Colgis. Welcome to the last first round stage before the world final. So far we've had 8 competitors move on from 4 different regions around the world. Be sure to check those episodes out in case if you've missed them. Let's who's competing today. So from the bottom we have Micronesia, who moved on last year. Fiji, who competed last year. Actually it's the exact same lineup. We have Tuvalu, did have a uniform change, but same country. Niue is representing New Zealand because New Zealand decided not to send Niue forward. We have the New Zealand Junior Division. Then we have Papua New Guinea, Kiribati, Australia, and the reigning champion of it all, Palau. I'm sure that the fans are cheering Palau on. As you can see, they have their fans over there. They're a little bit smaller. That's because most of they actually competed in the junior league. They only went here because they thought it would be a cool chance to show that Palau's a country. That's a little bit sad, but they ended up winning it all, and they're back. This time, out for a repeat. The competition seems a little bit tough last year. Hers that may be because of our course. It starts off at the top before a jump into a next funnel, then 2 funnels including a gulp funnel, before 3 stairs in the toughest parts of the course. Land as this drop. Do not fall off the half pipe. Choose your side and don't get stuck. Make the catcher because it is not direct. If you can see there's a potential shortcut here, but it could cost you time. If you fall off this, you can end up here. Don't fall off this curve because somehow competitors are falling off of that. Before the spinner, the loop-de-loop into 2 gulp funnels before we have our stickers, a plinko, the penultimate funnel, a wheel, to our last funnel before the finish line. I'm just as curious as you are. Can Palau repeat? Can Micronesia make it back to the final? Can anyone pull off any upsets? Let's find out. We cannot reach the top funnel, so we'll kind of have to assume who's in the lead. But these competitors are ready, and they're off. At the top, it looks like we actually have Micronesia on the inside corner, looking at first the final number 2. Looks like Fiji has done a lot of extensive changes, like look at here, wow, now showing off their skills from last year, and they take the lead. Micronesia makes it in next. Kiribati and Niue both make nice hits on Palau. Now Kiribati ends up in a 1-on-1, but Palau plays good defense. Can they keep the lead? No, that goes to Niue. Palau now gets cut off with each cross. Niue's down. Now Super Papua New Guinea versus Palau. Palau's much in front of a familiar competitor. Palau, the second Micronesia has been leading first, and Fiji is stuck. But we had Niue fall. But right now we also have Australia stuck, who's faces known as the leader of the Oceania division. We got them to the tournament last year to get them to compete. Even if they're rivals of these countries a little bit because they're in a similar regions, they helped each other get here. But Palau has stretched it now over Micronesia. One move did it in. Papua New Guinea remains ahead of Kiribati despite some very close work by them to make up that ground. Tuvalu is stuck now, but it doesn't look like anyone will be able to catch Palau in race 1. Crossing that line for the victory, Micronesia comes in second, and Kiribati now is really taking a lunge up, trying to take it to second after they got past Papua New Guinea. Oh, but they get hit. It starts to go away from them. No, they're going to take... Papua New Guinea's going to come through and take second over Micronesia, who had a solid race, even if it didn't end up going in their favor for the victory. And then Kiribati comes in fourth. So here, Tuvalu is stuck, Fiji is stuck, Niue is out, and Australia is stuck. And that means that Palau leads again. A very surprising race 1 had somewhat familiar results. What about race 2? Well, let's see, because they're off. For number 1, it's very tight, but it looks like Niue was trying to edge out to an early gap before the takeaway. It goes to Palau, matching last season's form. But well, on it's Fiji. Fiji looks to get in front. It looks like Papua New Guinea had a Bowser, who's sitting in the top funnel. Fiji after restart, Tuvalu makes a hit on Fiji. And Papua New Guinea and Micronesia both piling on Fiji. Everybody in Oceania versus Fiji. Tuvalu's trying to get that edge now, and they have. Edge here out, followed by Palau, who as well as late race showed up. And now they take the lead in the Hero Leader funnels. Micronesia blocks off Fiji. Now Fiji stuck in the brief logjam all of a sudden. And Tuvalu fell from the lead, and Kiribati as well. They're both out of this race. Palau has to try to keep in front, but they have Micronesia and Fiji on their tail. It's going to be Micronesia, followed by Palau, then Fiji. To crash out the last race, looking for a little bit of redemption here. Gets a move on Palau and a move on Micronesia. Actually, it's the same move, but it worked so well. It was almost like it was two successful moves. Because they lead, but Micronesia, they have not lost them. Micronesia's chasing after them. They still don't have it, but they're coming back. Now Australia loses out to Palau, who now makes a surprise hit. But it looks like Micronesia's going to be able to run away from the rest of the field in first. Palau, Fiji drops to third in the end because they skipped a barrier. You can't do that. Then Australia and Papua New Guinea crosses the line again. A little bit of a lower position, but at least they are able to finish. And Niue got stuck because of that giant log jam. Then Tuvalu's also at 0 points. But Kiribati did score 1 in the last race, but that's not going to help us a 0 here. We'll see who's in the lead, but I can tell you, it's Palau. So it's Palau in the lead at 8, followed by Micronesia at 7. 4 to Papua New Guinea, 3 to Fiji, and 2 to Australia. 1 to Kiribati, and then 0s to Tuvalu and Niue. It's going to be a tough road ahead for them. They might have both been eliminated, but it's a low-scoring kingdom, what we've seen in places such as Africa. But one final race for the victory, and they're off. Micronesia's battling on the inside corner, but it comes to Fiji. Coming back to blow again, but Micronesia still takes it. He dropped down the force. Tuvalu's battling up there again, but Tuvalu slipped down last time. So we're pretty much the final running marble. And then he fell down. It's Australia now over Tuvalu. Palau, where are they? They dropped all the way down to 7s. But did you make a hit? They can do their late race lunges. It's currently working out for it, but it's Tuvalu at the lead. And Papua New Guinea, Palau jumps the force, shooting after Micronesia. And Papua New Guinea is in the lead. And Palau now races to that lead. Here's Papua New Guinea, they're falling down so many places. Ooh, Micronesia, they've just spun out. I think they might have to check later, because right now can Palau keep their first place. Australia is chasing after them. They may be looking for a transfer spot for Tuvalu. They're trying to deal wheels their hopes, but I don't know if Micronesia is down. They're at 7. Best case scenario, Tuvalu ties. Niue is still going. He did not fail in the Hero Leader sector. Last time wasn't entirely their fault. It was just a giant log jam. And Palau does not get stuck. Look at this lead. The competition is not ready for Season 1 Palau. Look at their reaction to Season 2 Palau. Oh, but they are. Look at Australia. No, look at Tuvalu going for the victory over Australia. I was talking about how Season 2 Palau is unstoppable. I mean, they do pick up 1 on every step of the podium, first, second, and third, but they did blow the lead all on both of their last 2 matches. I think that means that they will still move on, though. I mean, that was not in doubt. Second spot, I think Micronesia is going to hold it. They'll double check because 1 more was down, so once again, the checks. No one here. So we have Micronesia. Let's see if we can see. Yep, you're stuck. Well, they fell off the course. You're not stuck. But they're down there. Oh yeah, and Niue got stuck, apparently. Right there in the orange funnel. We'll add up the totals, but Palau is moving on for sure. We're adding up the scores, and Palau has advanced But Micronesia and Australia are in a tie. One tiebreaker match between two to determine the second spot. And it's Micronesia leading. Last minute tiebreaker, Colombia absolutely destroyed Argentina. Like there. It was not even close. You want to put up a fight if you're there, but there was no fight to be fought. It was all Colombia after this goal funnel for Australia is leading. The way Micronesia does have a chance to pass, can they use it? No, I think they might be holding off for now. Because Australia at the lead. Quickly, these funnels don't want to waste any time. And Micronesia spins out, and the win goes to Australia. So here's a look at your final scores in Australia. Well, Oceania, technically. You may be wondering why some have a T by their name and why scores are circled. We'll get to that. So first, everybody who's circled has, as long as there's a T by your name, has moved on because there are 8 wildcard spots as an early holiday gift for these competitors. So don't worry if your country did not make it. They might have been one of the 8 wildcards. So everybody who's guaranteed to move on is Palau, Papua New Guinea. Then Micronesia, no, Papua New Guinea, we'll get to that. So Palau, Micronesia, Tuvalu, Australia, Eswatini, DRC, which is Democratic Republic of the Congo, Kenya, USA, Argentina, Colombia, Mexico, Ireland, UK, Pakistan, and Japan. Then once after T is Ukraine. After Ukraine, there is Papua New Guinea and Fiji. Well, there's 8 wildcard spots, but the last 3 tied. Therefore, you have to go to a tiebreaker. Now, well, it is half wildcards. That means that in the main tournament, if there is a tie, no tiebreaker will be done. If you advance without a wildcard, you move on. But these 3 have to battle it out one last time. This is the first multi-continental race of Season 2. Between Papua New Guinea, Fiji, and Ukraine. Fiji and Papua New Guinea have a brief battle. Ukraine tried to escape because of that. And he almost used it successfully. But they end up dropping to third. Fiji gets in front, but the leader is Papua New Guinea. And they hold it to the next funnel. Fiji comes in next, missing the hit. Maybe it went too fast, but maybe he was just trying to avoid contact to go in a non-contact route. Ukraine is going for the contact. And Fiji's going to get the edge because of the way they opted for that line. Papua New Guinea angered by this. Oh, they're heading after them. Now they're off. It's between Fiji and Ukraine. And right now it's all signs point to Fiji. Ukraine is behind. But if anyone of them stops, if anyone of them falls off, it can all be undone. What Ukraine is hoping for. But we've seen some good comebacks. Ukraine could make one here to advance to the world final as a wild card. But the lead is very unassailable that Fiji has set, setting high standards for this match and not wasting any time. We could have 5 from Oceania move on. That's over half the field. And Ukraine will end up as a wild card because of it. Because of the gaps in there. Now that also means their farther back, so Kiribati will not move on, and Niue went scoreless. Ukraine gets absolutely destroyed. Oh no, Fiji misses the first place barrier. Is Ukraine gonna make it come from behind? Because in this race you have to always be at your first place barrier. Fiji does not do it. Ukraine moves on to the world final. It's the other 15. Thank these athletes for competing. Thank you for watching. I'm Kulja Singhvi, and I'm also going to help Papua New Guinea out. And I'll see you next time.